Uh, Good morning, everyone. I had an opportunity I could not pass up. Sylvia was here, and I thought it would be nice if she just joined us all briefly to say good morning. This is not something she'll be doing the entire time. She certainly enjoys burrowing, as you can see. A long-haired cat, uh, long whiskers. I look at the cat and I go, "Oh, that's why catfish are called catfish." There you go. She doesn't do anything. Doesn't do any tricks. Just really burrows. Can be very shy. Pick your head up and say goodbye to everyone, and I'll let you. That's a nice shot. We could, maybe gift that to something, and that'll be good. Okay. Say goodbye to Sylvia, everyone. Good stuff. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program. I don't know what that disturbance was, and I assure you it will never happen again. Welcome to the show. This is me. As you can see, I got a haircut, and I'm back to where I normally had it, which was quite frankly an accident, and it's yet to grow. I got it Wednesday or Thursday, so it's quite fresh. Unfortunately, I grew this whole thing out. It was going great, and then I did not have the proper conversation with the woman who got my hair. I accept it. It was my fault. And she just went to do what she usually does. I said, you don't have to, just to trim. Don't do any work, I said. And she did more work, and I was not on top of it. So I accept full responsibility. And here we are. And it's going to take me another 8 to 10 months to grow it out. And I feel weird. It's got to come in. Look at this. This is crazy. Jesus. I heard the one bzz, I was not paying attention. And I went, well, fuck. Can't just bzz, and that's it. Now it's the whole thing. My entire life was in her hands. But I take responsibility for it. Julio is the first comment. Chris said, guess that would make me second. Indeed, it would. Leo said, hoping for a riveting live stream this morning. Well, we're already talking about cats and haircuts, and we're less than 3 minutes in. Good morning, or good whatever time it is where you are. It's the afternoon in England. England is so far away that I'm like, it has to be night there, because I don't understand how these time zones work. Speaking of nothing, here are the nice underwear. There's orange slices. Well, it's more than one orange, because this seems like a full orange, right? This is a full, it's completely round, and these are 3 slices. Is it an orange or is it a clementine? It almost looks like this is an orange, but these are of the clementine or perhaps the tangerine variety. So there's a lot for everyone to discuss on that front. Nevertheless, they are forest green, which is an odd pairing, orange and forest green. Chris said, well, stateside, good morning to you. Chris said, howdy. Mysterious Spaceman said, how about this RJ Discord with the bingo? Is it a members only thing? First of all, let me clarify. I do not run the Discord, nor is it the official. I don't have a Discord otherwise. I'm not involved. It's been sprung off from people in this little commune, I guess, not a cult. And so I don't run it. I don't know what goes on there, so I don't know what they talk about. And then sometimes Val does the bingo. However, I don't think she has to do it new every time. I think there's some old links and you can hit refresh and play. I do not know how it works. If someone could fill this mysterious spaceman in. Mysterious Spaceman also said scrap brain Adam Pierce, and then said, oh no, I meant to paste that in the chat for the Sonic 1 speed run I'm watching on Twitch. They're in the scrap brain zone. No greater insult than when somebody comments on your stream because they thought it was another stream. Spirit Spaceman said, and now they've already passed the scrap brain zone, so my joke is unusable. Well, that should be a lesson to you. Please take heed to where you're commenting and on which stream. Spot Center said, I'm wearing my fresh French press slam pants. That's so French press slam pants, which you can get at teespring.com/store/RJC. The knees are already getting worn out. Hello. because I keep sliding across the kitchen floor on my knees like a rock star. What rock star does that? There was like 2 or 3 of them. You never saw Van Morrison doing it. They're slippy. I hit the wall twice. Well, I would suggest, first of all, that you move your wall. Secondly, they are slippy. They have like a sheen. It's a little slipperiness to them. So it's a fun ride when you get them and get to try them on. So did the tights. There's like this shine that you don't quite see in the pictures on the site. And then, oh God, I'm so far behind now. Sean said, hey, yo, culties. Good morning, RJ. I may chat, but I may pass out. Happy watch along Sunday. First of all, if you pass out, I hope it's for the right reasons. I hope it's because you're having a good time or because you need sleep. Number 1. Number 2, yes, I will be on the WWE Fastlane, WWE Watch Along on the WWE YouTube this evening at 7. I will be watching along with a cacophony of people, as they often have coming in and out of that thing. What I will be watching, I don't know. There was a lot going on, but I will be sure to make trivial, uninsightful comments on anything I see. That's what you can count on with me, and you can comment live and tweet, and then they may read them. And give RJ a Cobb salad or something like that. Or good insight. Maybe that's a good comment to write. Good insight. So you can watch that, I believe, starting at 7. I'll post the whole thing. They were supposed to be making a graphic with me on it, and it's still coming. So I'm waiting. Julio said, top of the morning to you, laddies. Of course, it was formerly St. Patrick's Day, and now it's not, so you can't talk like that anymore. Leo said, what would you do if your mother brought a shower curtain similar to the Teespring one, but instead of a picture of you, it had a big picture of Tony Robbins printed on it? I would think I'm in a deleted scene from Shallow Hal. He's a guy who I didn't have a good feeling about, and then it was ultimately confirmed. I would, however, endorse if she had a shower curtain of Tony Little, owner of the Gazelle. I thought he was a fun guy. Chris said, where's the bingo? Everyone's like, it's always when there's no bingo that people are now clamoring for the bingo. Everyone's saying good morning. Oh, this is the reaction to the cat. Positively, he said, what is that, a raccoon? Nell said, I'm watching the ads. Give me a second. She missed the cat completely. Erin is using the appropriate cat emojis. Sink said, I want to give her pets. Nell said, I almost missed the kitty. Almost did. They're calling her a raccoon. They're shaming her. Erin said, now that's what I call content. Leo said, the Matt Hardy hair. Yeah, it'll get a little better. This is not the way it stays. This is the way it starts. Ty said, hello, everyone. Nell said, you seem so unhappy with the hair. Oh, no, because it took me so long. Remember the months I was like this, and that whole documentary, my hair was like this, and then finally, and now it's just. Clarence said, hi, Archie. My birthday is next month on the weekend of Saturday, April 17th. So is it on Saturday, April 17th, or is it on the weekend of it? Would you like the honor of doing an episode dedicated for me and you? Well, most episodes are dedicated to me, but I will be sure to shout you out on said day. Ty said, Mrs. City Star, I hope you're doing well. I love your hair. Thank you. That's sweet. Spice Hunter said, I think you have to temporarily move into the trailer park with that haircut. Thanks. Yeah, well, it's because it's tied back. It's not an actual mullet. Nell said, you still look very handsome. Thank you. Nell said, I made the same mistake about 6 to 8 months ago. I feel your pain. It happens, and there's nothing you can do about it. Positively, he's using the orange emojis, which are not mine, but sure, they count. Rob said, nah, the hair looks balling. I don't know if I want a ball. Candy said, I promise you I'm only awake this early because of work and not because of your YouTube show, but you should have that Coda guy from Twitter on your show. That is a suggestion I will not take under advisement. Nail said, no, Val normally does the bingo card, but she also has fun weekends. I can dig out the link. Nails will be able to dig out the link. It exists. Maybe you can just post one and then people, because if you refresh it, I think it shuffles the card, which is nice. Mummer said, my mom once forgot to put the attachment on the razor once, and it Lysoled my hair instead of hairspray. It will grow back and get better. Thank you, Mummer Live. I will counter that with, I was in Rome in the 7th or 8th grade, not for a field trip, with my family. And we checked into the hotel, and we had to go out to dinner, and I wanted deodorant. and I saw this spray, and of course, I cannot read Italian, nor can I read English, because if I took a longer look, I would have made a different decision. And I was like, oh, this is the spray-on, the famous Italian spray-on deodorant, orange scented, which is ironic. And I did that, and it was not. It was like an air freshener, like a room spray kind of thing, and it caused me a horrible redness and pain underneath both my arms. Chris said, I'm officially, what? It's the officially unofficial Discord. Officially, it's unofficial. Julie said, no, but I love the gray spots. Thank you. When it's like this, you see them, the light catches them, and then when it gets longer, it seems like it goes away. Nell said, can I put the link here? I believe you can. People can copy and paste it. New DX fan said, hi, RJ. It's Colby. It's been a while, but how are you doing? I'm fine, Mr. Colby Foss. Buffalo's own Mr. Colby Foss. Jack said, 39 watching, but only 18 likes. Come on, folks. The Matt Kemp from the wonderful French wrestling program, Le Boom, and who will be also on the Watch Along, also in France, known as Regardez 2. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be a hoot. Matt said, watch along the Watch Along, and please send in your tweets. So if there's anything you do this evening, just tweet storm, hashtag WWE Watch Along, hashtag WWE Fastlane. You can tag the Bump or Matt or me or just, my Vanity Sark, so it's kind of the same thing. Even if you just say RJ, I'll probably be able to find it. Spot Center said, who has the reputation of being the sweatiest wrestler in the ring? A real dripper. It depends on the situation, I find. I once wrestled for House of Hardcore in the Ted Reeve Arena, and I believe it set an indoor heat record in that building because there was no air, and it was like the middle of July. It was on my birthday, so it was July, and it was so disgusting that steam was coming off our bodies, and we were just standing and sweating before we even had to do anything. Pepper Parks is a sweaty guy. He can get a sweat going. He's a hot heat fellow. He's a real dripper. Val said, wow, RJ, good insight. Random wrestler can really do the moves. Neil said, it's Matt Cam from French program, Le Boom. So at least he's got his branding. Sarah said, my birthday is next Monday, the 29th of March. What do you want me to do about it, Sarah? I feel like you're forcing this on me. I will remember, and I will congratulate you. Ty said, but is it a trainer or mullet? Either way, I really like it. I don't think so. SM said, a gifable moment. I don't know. You can also gif during watch along. It can be a gif along in many ways, too. Leo said, 60-second scene. You're a chef showing us how to make a BLT burger, but you pronounce bacon as bacon. As burger. 60 seconds is very straightforward. Think we can do this? It's going to be lovely. You're going to love it. First, we take the bacon, we take the bacon, and we put it on the burger. And it's almost a bacon burger. And sometimes we take the burger before we cook the burger. We take the burger and we take the bacon and we crumble it like that. It's little pieces of bacon. And then we will put it inside the burger. Very interesting. So sometimes you bite down on it. Because you can't tell once we cook it. It's like a little Kinder Surprise meat. And you won't be able to tell unless you bite. So you're thinking burger. And then you go bacon. Little pieces of bacon is adorable. And I also like to garnish. I garnish some things. And sometimes I put a little dollop of mustard because some people I find like to eat the garnish. It's cute. It's a hoot. Just a little nip. And then you go back to burger, bacon. And scene. That was my vague chef character. Okay, Gary said, well, hi. And well, hi to you. Sarah said, hi, Jess Spots. And I said, any stories of calling it in the ring? People calling too much or in an odd way. There were these summer fair shows that were like bought shows, meaning like you didn't have to like pay to attend. It was like part of a fair and the wrestling happened to be there. So people were kind of forced to watch it. And there was like a loop. And if anyone is from Ontario, familiar with Ontario, it was over by where the big red apple is. There's this giant red apple. It sells apple pies and apple cider and things like that. So it's like cottage country. And there was a town there, and it was super, super small. And for whatever reason, they either booked the show like this or a bunch of people didn't show up, but it was 4 of us. And I think we had 2 hours to fill. So we did a singles, and then into a tag with the same, whatever. And we had gotten there thinking, we'll just put a match together in the time we have to. And now it's like, oh, we have 2 hours to fill. We don't have the time or the resources to call anything. So let's let it fly. And that's when you realize, oh, like we can just do this. And it was fun. And we went all over the fair, and I was beaten soundly. There was I remember being milked on by it was like a robot cow that taught kids what milking was. There was like every fair was like had an agricultural presence. They want to educate kids. And it was this robot thing, but it functioned like, a real cow to show the kids. You don't want to do it to a cow because this is weird. And I remember being put under it and being milked on. And I also remember wrestling in like a bouncy castle. Like it wasn't just a castle. It was like it was like an obstacle course one. So that was a hoot. And I also remember a guy who's at every fair and farmer's market selling various honey products. I love that guy. I wonder what happened to him. Mama Life said, burning armpits are awful. That's why I stopped using Old Spice. High endurance in 8th grade. Speaking of, Old Spice is the sponsor of WWE Fastlane. And you can watch me watch along this evening at 7 with Matt Camp from the Boom and offer my insights on the various moves that will be done. Neil said, do we do hashtag we want RJ on LaBoom? I think that's going to just confuse a lot of people. SM said, has WWE Network switched over to Peacock already? Well, I am in Canada, so we're staying. I think Peacock is exclusively an American Peacock for the time being. I believe it's in the abeyance period where Peacock has opened and has started, but also the network has not fully ended yet, but it will end soon. I'm going to call Mr. Ebersol and get confirmation on that. Ty said, hello. Okay, gamer. Chris said, do the moves. If there's an emoji for it, then you really have to do them. Neil said, he's a real dripper. Who got that on bingo? He's a real dripper. We're all dripping. Singh said, it's just Australian. Biken? Oh, I guess that could be Australian. But I was saying biken, almost like bison. Mummer Life said, Bronson Pinchot Beverly Hills Cop accent. Nice. This is, I can't remember one thing he said. And I'm now thinking of Janos Poha from Ghostbusters 2. Nell said, I'll watch the watch along and sporadically comment in the chat that RJ said he's so entertaining and make it sound natural. And not that I'm just hoping Vinnie Mac is reading. I think you mean Vince Fontaine from Greece. I think you should comment all of that when I'm not there. And then when I am on camera, I don't say anything. Julio said, the accent is better than from a Sherlock play I watched once. Speaking of, here's someone who doesn't like Sherlock Holmes, David Arquette. And next time I have a chance to talk to him, I'm going to bring that up. Leo said, why do wrestlers love weird motivational people? Because simple sentences yelled is their forte. Matt said, for those tweeting into hashtag WWE Watch Along tonight, we'll be sitting in front of a Tron wall of tweets. So if you send a picture of yourself watching RJ, there's a good chance it'll show up behind us. If we all did it like that, and then they would know. Matt said, and I wouldn't be against a watch-along bingo. A lot of random things happen during these watch-alongs. It is quite unpredictable. Sink said, I love Paris in the springtime. I love places that have just decided to build a giant fruit because that's what they grow there. I live an hour or two from the big pineapple, and it's not a functioning pineapple. It's not an edible pineapple. Maybe can you go into the big apple? I think you can. But people just take pictures in front of it, and they're like, look. Like you would somehow miss the giant apple behind them. Val said, I got milked on by a robot cow. That's a bingo card in itself. Yolanda is here. Good morning to you. Blue Meanie is here. Good morning, all, he said. And good morning, all Blue Meanies. SM said, did you at least get paid for working 2 hours instead of just one match? Nope. But it does balance out. The amount of times that I've done matches where it's like 5 minutes and 4 of them are singing, it balances out. And I was happy to do it. It's the length doesn't matter to me. Like in the sense of, look, I'm already here. The hardest part is like unpacking your stuff and putting your gear on. Does that make any sense? You're like, I'm already here, so it doesn't, whatever. I was going to be here that duration of time anyway. Nail said, Matt, can I send a picture of my dog watching RJ? I really don't have the energy to do my hair for a personal laboomp appearance. Can your dog do this? Or would it break its neck or something? I mean, don't even try. That's bad advice. Nell said, I could probably swing together a watch-along bingo. Val, you should really change your name to Val Bingo. Chris said, morning, meanie. Spot Center said, what's the deal with guys needing wrist tape, but never having it and wanting to borrow some of yours? My favorite thing was, it's an old veteran's maneuver. It's like, hey, you have that, can I borrow that wrist tape? And I had a big-ass fresh roll. So I threw it to the guy, and he threw me back $2, and he said, it's mine now. And I said, fair enough. And I made $2. Tom said, the old saying, it's better to be milked off than to be milked on. You want me inside the tent milking out as opposed to outside the tent milking in. Nell said, Val, oh my God, how hard would it be to get a Laboon Bingo? It was, Val, it does not, it's not artisanal. There is a site if you did want to take it upon yourself to make them. I don't know what the site is, Val, but I'm sure people can go there and fill in whatever they want. Matt said, yes, Nails, that happened during the last watch along because Johnny Gargano did it and then everyone followed his lead. Well, does anyone have cats? Maybe we can have a cat off. Maybe I could sing cats and they'll just demonetize the watch along. Sabrina said, hi, good morning. How are you? You've missed a lot. That's for sure. Mysterious Spaceman said the WWE Network is being held in abeyance. Well, it's not being held in abeyance. The Peacock is opened and the network is sunsetting, I guess they would call it, would be a better phrase. The moon of Peacock has not fully risen. It's out and the sun is going down, and then soon the sun will finally set. Are these the corporate terms? Nail said, hashtag dogs for RJ. Val said, if anybody has some good things that always happen on Watch Along, just message me on Twitter and I can pull it together. Val is a godsend, a bingo godsend. Nell said, Val, Matt corpses at RJ for a start. Because when I think of Matt, I think serious face. Matt Camp. Julio said, yeah, it was David's play I was talking about, Sherlock Holmes, his oft maligned Sherlock Holmes. Nell said, I'm still not over the giant pistachio. What a ridiculous food, period, at any size. And then to be so big. Leo said, I feel like you might dislike motivational people even more than I do and hate them more than most. It's not motivational. It's just that oftentimes that word is used to completely detach yourself from reality and force things that don't exist. That's when I don't think it's a good idea. Same thing with pessimism. There are people who are, and I'm saying this, needlessly pessimistic or defeatist or whatever in a way that is detached from reality. That's just as bad. But I hate the motivational porn where it's like, porn is like, nobody has sex like this in real life. And similarly, with these motivational porn, but you're like, no one gets motivated like that in real life. No one's that excited about anything. Mummer said, drive through Georgia. They let you know they grow peaches and make peach products the whole way through. I've literally only been to the airport. I would love to go just to see the peaches. Tom said, gonna need a gift for the length doesn't matter to me. And that didn't even dawn on me when I said it. Nail said, I will not gift the length doesn't matter to me, so don't even ask. She's not gifting for you to get your kicks. Ty said, okay, before I get in trouble at work, have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. RJ, Lord, I'll try. Go back to work. Tell your boss I said, hey. Julio said, I'm still not over these gray spots. I'm going to make a video edit with clips of RJ and his little gray hair. I'm so in love. Please. Thank you. It's very... J. Jonah Jameson of me. Jack said, 60 seconds in, you're a patron at a restaurant waiting on your Cobb salad. You're starving, but suddenly the diner is being held up. You still want your salad, though. Well, all right. Okay, it's fine. We're here. We're good. He has a... Listen, it's right there. I will not cause a scene. Just let me have it. Do what you want. Take what you want. A few dollars from me. I'll give you $5 to just let me eat my salad in peace, and you can do your business. I've forgotten your face. Pretend we never had this conversation. The cops will say, what did it look like? I said, I was having a salad, and that's it. That's the last thing I remember. Next thing I know, there were sirens. Just let me, because I've been waiting for this. And see. Spencer say, Josh Alexander claims that Bill Collier juggled him at IWC last night. Has he juggled you? I've seen him for years and glad he's getting some attention. I will say this. Bill Collier is one of my favorite people to wrestle. One of the most, and I hate, everyone always says like underrated, and then people get popular and then they just switch to the next person. He has everything. He's fantastic. He has juggled me before in ways that I didn't expect. So he gets my highest recommendation, which also means nothing. Chris said, all the cats. Val said, I have a cat. Her name is Magellan, and she's adorable. Nell said, watch along bingo. RJ grits teeth because clearly he doesn't like another guest. Ron Funches, for example, who's a scumbag. I do want to show, I got these wonderful gifts from Heather, who's not in the right time zone to ever watch, but she sent these along. These are Thomas Hammer. This is the Grounds and Hounds. No, this is the Thomas Hammer, which smells adorable. Blue Eyes Smooth, as you can see. And she also sent me a book. She sent me eye cream, and she sent these wonderful Maud magnets. Here she is as... I would love to know what this photo shoot was for. It's a really good idea. She did a wonderful job. And also this classic one. And sent a wonderful note, which is so sweet, on the yellow legal pad. Hello, RJ. Typically, when I say I'm going to send someone a box, it then sits on the floor because I keep adding things to it. Enjoy the coffee from Spokane. I am not qualified to say if this is good. If it is, well, I guess it's a hidden gem. And if it isn't, I expect it to since I live in the medium place. I'm not saying you look tired since I tossed in skincare. Yes, you tossed in an eye cream and I got all insecure. It was just thematically related. About what? That I'm vain? Hoping you haven't read the book. She got me a wonderful book on the history of punk. But if you have, why is the first thing anyone remembers about it the bit where Iggy Pop gets the clap again? My theory is that he's always had it. And he's never not had it. And the magnets, I don't know. I just like prowling eBay, which is so sweet. It's the main route. So I have a constellation prize. I really appreciate your work. And Rolodex of gossip. That is from Heather. Thank you. This is so sweet. And I'm touched. And if I have any more gossip on anyone who's been dead for at least 20 years, I will shoot it your way. Where are we here? Courtney said, I read an article that mentioned a gene that makes people think negative. Even put on medication, they were still pessimistic. Some people truly can't help it. I mean, you also have to assume that the nurturing in your environment plays a large part in your outlook and also your lot in life. Yet, there are some people who have had tremendously difficult lives and they're always relatively optimistic. And I'm like, I just stare at them in bewilderment. I don't quite get it. Positively, he said, RJ loved my bad stand-up. Stand-up comic having their publicity shots taken. Poses include laughing and holding the mic and so forth. Okay. Here's a comedian. Okay. No, this is cool. I'm like a fun guy. So maybe like that kind of thing. Or maybe I do like angry, like political takes. So maybe I'm like that kind of thing. Like I'm so frustrated with like, or, you know, observational is like, did you notice that? Oh, that's a good one. You know? Or I do this one a lot, but maybe with the mic over my shoulder. What do you guys think? That would be pretty good. Or maybe just like that kind of thing. And maybe I think of so many funny things that I'm tired of it all. You know? That kind of thing would be great. He's a comic. He's performed for over 40 years, and here he is. I got a lot on my mind, you know. I have a lot, or I'm laughing. I told the joke and it was funny. I'm like, but then they won't recognize my face. Nobody recognizes. End scene. Val's noting all the suggestions. God bless you. Legit pop for Ron Scumbag. SM said, I want to know about the eye cream. It's upstairs now. Next week I'll put some on and you'll say, wow, he looks great. Leo said, do you think anyone has seen your Gary Vee parody and thought it was serious? People who like motivational porn don't seem like most intelligent people. Yeah, some people have. If you look at the comments of some of my videos, there'll be wrestling ones or even like the ones where I do obvious things, usually about sitcoms. People will respond earnestly. Like, they'll be like, and how did you not know this? I'm just like, I cannot respond to you. SM said, damn, he kissed the notes. Sometimes he just rips them up. Only ties. I only rip up ties notes. Jack said, wait, is there genuine heat between RJ and Ron? Because I really dig Ron. Well, you can dig him in a grave because his career is dead to me. A good comeback. I spun that around. Julio said, waiting for the sexy poses. Sexy? You look so sexy. Mama said, my 6-year-old now excitedly anticipates Sunday morning with the man who makes coffee in his underwear. Last night she yelled, yes. Well, hello to you, little mummer. I hope everything is going fine. And that's probably not a nickname you should keep. Red Dog said, end scene with the appropriate phone and stopwatch emojis. Jack Townsend said, wow, you know folks are going to Photoshop these stand-up comedy poses. They can do what they want with the content I provide them. Nails said, I never question RJ's motives. I just join in the grievances. It's a cult. Nails is always like, who do you not like? I'll be like, Mark Ruffalo. She's like, I hate Mark Ruffalo. She trusts the judgment. Tom said, now I'm picturing RJ doing the cover to George Carlin's Class Clown. The best one, and I think I alluded to a couple weeks ago, was Red Fox's You Gotta Wash Your Ass. He has a donkey, and he's holding his tail up, and he's like that. It was just great. Keith Renair had a volleyball game night with NXIVM members. I don't know what this means. What activities would RJ have with his cult members? I think just playing 6 degrees of separation. Like you would name 2 obscure celebrities or like an old wrestler and an old celebrity, and we would try to connect the two. Or I love movie actor movie. It's my favorite. If I name a movie and then someone would name an actor in that movie, and then someone would have to name a movie that actor was also in. Panthers Grandma said, wait, do you get a haircut? You got to watch from the beginning. I have discussed this post-cat. Once I put the cat down, I talk about it. You also missed the cat. Spicer said, the fist or the point? What's your preferred way you like a fan to post next to you while taking a picture? You know what? People, and I do enjoy it, they mirror my pose. And it's nice because it keeps me from having to actually. Leo said, you would look good with Tucker Carlson hair. Really? Would I look good with Tucker Carlson hair and a bow tie? Or would I just be confused and scared? I guess I'm working on a Tucker Carlson. Singh said, RJ is like the head mean girl telling us who we hate now. Nail said, yep, fuck Mark Ruffalo. Michelle said, hey, y'all, I've been sitting here enjoying the program, and I realized I forgot to say hello. So hello, and hello to you, Michelle. You can go back to complete silence now. Val said, Leo, Tucker Carlson doesn't look good with Tucker Carlson hair. Papa Canamai said, what's your inspiration for your love of older movies and TV shows? I was brought up that way, unfortunately. So my grandmother, it's entirely her fault. Sabrina said, oh my God, you shirked your cat? Go back. Leo said, I always see this hair as Matt Hardy hair, although his is way, it's like that big. Mine's not that bad. And goes all the way around where it's just like the top is long. When I had 2 Matt Hardy action figures as a child with really exemplified his hair, Panda's grandma said, oh no, I missed the cat. Nell said, Papa. Julio said, you would do a better Bruce Banner than him. Jack said, 6 degrees of separation. Aardvark voice actor Bo Weaver. I'm stuck on that one. That would go to the top of my list. Mummer said, I bet our gang could crush Cornette's gang. Yeah, let's not even, let's let people spin out on their own. You know? Leo said, remember when Jon Stewart embarrassed Tucker for wearing a bow tie and he stopped wearing one? That's one of the great clips of our time. And so prescient given where we ended up. Those people, I mean, the fact that that was CNN at the time is remarkable. And John did an amazing job when he's a guest on the show, and the crowd of that show is clapping for his points. I love when Jon Stewart made fun of Tucker for being 35 years old and wearing a bow tie. Yeah. Positively, he said, we don't want a Tucker impression. Nobody does. Spot Center said, who made you wait forever in the ring as they took off 11 things they only wore for their anxious? Coco Beware made me wait literally 15 minutes because he wanted to get every single person in the place to do the bird with him. He would go, look at you and you have to do it. Look at you and you have to do it. They started his song 5 different times. It was a 3-minute. This is how I know this. They started us out the song because it would end. It was like, it's a short, wrestling entrances are relatively short. It would stop and then it would start again. And we were sitting in the ring just going, my pre-workout had worn off. My muscles are getting tight. It was a disaster. Speaking, I have to make some coffee at some point. Jesus. Here we go. And this will be a nice press. I'm so upset that Sylvia is not here to enjoy this. Nevertheless, we're going to have a nice time thinking about the fun day we're going to have of mirth and tweeting and video walls and watching together, much like you're doing now, but without me, of course. I mean, with me, but without me. Do you understand what I'm saying? It sounds like I'm urinating. Let's give a nice. Look at that. It's a healthy stream. I don't know what this is. This is like a mix. It's a blend of some other stuff I had and the previous batch of the Grounds and Hounds. Let's do a little. Let's give it a taste first, actually. Oh, there's a sweet. There's hints of fruit. I'll tell you that. I think my palate has. All right, let's get back in business. Leo said, sorry about bringing up Tucker Carlson. Thank you. Was there a trash in the Coco Max? Yes. And there's a picture that's been posted of him dumping the trash on me. Like there's fries coming out of the garbage onto my back. I remember that just being particularly disgusting. Leo said, after Shano slimed Braun, can we get some kind of Splat-A-Lot themed match? I would love an Escape from the Castle match. Or just, it would be a lumberjack match. But the lumberjacks get to shoot those foam balls and the paint squirters. Jack said, that's a healthy stream. Positively, he said, coffee started after 10. Yeah, was one of my worst in a while. Yolanda's here. I should be a motivational speaker, said Yolanda. I meaning Yolanda. Ignore them hoes, because you got this, bish. Now may that motivate your week. That's something I think my aunt had crocheted and hung over her door. Ignore them hoes. One more time. I'm going to say it one more time. I want you to all pay attention. Ignore them hoes, because you got this, bish. It's good. Unless you're in a deli, and it's ignore them hoes, because you got this knish. Spot said Kevin Meaney was the king of bow ties, but he wore them well. Kevin Meaney was a workman-like comic who everyone famous thought he was very good. Searching promoting his Christmas special on the street, via the YouTube platform. I will. Also, I'll trade you, and maybe this will come up some point at my members only YouTube picks. There was a wonderful impersonator, and his name was Joe Alasky, spelt like Alaska, but EY after the K. And he did the voice of Plucky Duck, and he would do all those Looney Tunes, like the Tiny Toons. And then he would also become like the new Daffy Duck and the new Bugs Bunny. And he also did voice work for Jackie Gleason in the lost episodes of The Honeymooners, because the audio was lost on, so they had to, remaster them or whatever. He did some stand-up, and he does a wonderful impression of Don Knotts as Abraham Lincoln. And I've got to learn it. SM said, speaking of long entrances, I love watching videos of Spider-Nate Webb's entrances where they play Sing Along to Teenage Dirtbag in its entirety. That reminds me, I've been present in the ring for 2 Sandman entrances. And are they long, but you also lose yourself in the entrance. I know he's going to come and hit me with a stick. Yeah, I'm singing his theme song in my head. What a world. Courtney Ryan said, fruit plus coffee is blah. You have to, it's hints. Hints of citrus, hints of cherry, sometimes hints of blueberry. Hints. You have to be really you have to think about it, and then you can see the taste. Julio said, can you blink? Sometimes. Missy said, always love a good Knish joke. SM said, RJ, have you been vaccinated yet? I have not. The rollout of the vaccine is not at the pace it is in the States yet. That's not what's happening here. So everyone is hunkering and hankering till we're able to. Yolanda said, hi, see you. That's good stuff. Thank you. Jack said, 60 seconds in. You're at a big family dinner. You have a big event, but so does everyone else at the table. Okay. And it's nice because we don't get together anymore, and all have dinner around the table. All right, guys. First things first. Congratulations. Really, that's going to be, I am excited for you and the opportunities that will hold in the future. Okay, so for the past year or so, I can't believe it. So good. That's amazing. And it's going to be, I am so proud of you. Great stuff. That was great work. On the other hand, end scene, and we'll never find out what the announcement was. Pando's Grandma said, what are your feelings about the new Space Jam, RJ? I mean, like every other reboot, there's so many that I haven't watched them. I probably won't watch them. I'm just like, okay. Like I'm not going to be like, I don't even want to get into the argument of it's better than the old one. It's different because there's so few of those, and it's like for a new generation, that's totally fine. Like whatever. I'm just like, there's so I shrug all the time. Will it have Wayne Knight? Will it have Larry Bird? Will Danny DeVito do any voices? Those are my questions. Leo said, Do you miss parties? I don't. I don't want to play a lame app game or Cards Against Humanity with annoying drunk people. I have, I don't at all. And that's not stuff I did that much of anyway. So I'm just like, meh, it's annoying. People, I hate being forced to have fun. It's just very weird. Spot Center said, I just saved some Joe Alasky videos for later. He seems so adorable and pure in his comedy. I hope you like him. Nell said, I don't know how you think of these things. Well, they're not written by me. Mama said, Berry Coffee is amazing. SM said, anyone else appalled at the Miss Frizzle reboot? Apparently it's not her. It's her younger sister. But I'm just like, that's the person that everybody liked. Just keep it. I hope they do that thing at the end. Remember when kids would call around the world and they're like, I don't understand that episode. What was the deal? And then the producer had to explain it. Leo said, speed it up. Jushin Thunder Trudeau. Can't memorize the spelling of his name. Close. There's an A in there. EADU, I think. That Grounds and Hounds founder was a wine guy that moved his nose over to the coffee world. See? That's what happens. Notes and hints, and then you get into cigars and it goes downhill. Julio said, damn, I'm curious about the announcement now. Bring it to us, RJ. I'm sorry. The scene is over. Sing said, yeah, they made Miss Frizzle look like some generic Disney princess type character. We have a request. Sing the Love Boat theme, but sell that shit like only Jack Jones could sell it. Engage your core at that part and let me boat. I want to get the. Here we go. Okay. Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. We are expecting you. Love, life's sweetest reward. Let it float. It floats back to you. See, it's all water theme. The Love Boat soon will be making another run. The Love Boat promises something for everyone, like fun hats. Set a course for adventure your mind on a new romance. This is the part I don't know the melody. It doesn't matter. Love won't hurt anyone. It's an open smile on a friendly shore. The Love Boat soon will be making another run. The Love Boat promises something for everyone. Set a course for adventure your mind on a new romance. The Love Boat. That wonderful buoy. Boy. Jack said, yeah, they cleaned up Miss Frizzle in the same way they cleaned up Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch. The Grinch for the new animated movie. Yeah, they made him kind of cool. Like, I don't not like this guy at all. Leo said, I hate forced fun, and I have an anti-bucket list of this. I never want to do like go-karting or paintballing. Pantheros Graham said, the new Miss Frizzle looks like a Bratz doll, reminding me how they kept putting more boobs on all the female game characters I designed. That Laura Croft, her breasts just straight up changed geometric shape. Jack Jones, said Mysterious Spaceman. Spot Center said, he's making it his own on Canadian Isle. It's the Canadian Love Boat. It's just a small ferry. It's just a 10-minute ride around like Niagara Falls and back. Julio has a cat in a box. Leo said, which one of the Teletubbies would you most like to see Randy Orton RKO? Poe. It's not even a fun name. It's stupid. I thought Poe was pompous and indignant. Spotson said, ever use a typewriter? My mother had one, and I remember when I was a kid playing with it, not really doing anything, because it's very complicated. It takes a while to understand. If you're not familiar with them, it's so, difficult to learn. But I just remember just typing letters, basically, and then getting to hit all the keys at once, and they would get stuck. And then I guess it dried out and it never had any ink, and I would still... It's got to be around somewhere. It was delightful. I should start writing my tweets that way and then just taking pictures and posting them. Jack said, wow, we're actually caught up in the chat. Not anymore, Jack. Your comment ruined it. Singh said, I want to see the baby son RKO. That thing is horrifying. I'm so surprised that someone hasn't done this online already. Positively E said, was Poe the medium-sized bird? Used to be, but now nevermore. Nail said, fuck Poe. Mark Ruffalo, Poe, hell of a list. Stanley Tucci. Mysterious Basement said RK Poe. Well done. Val said, I've used an electric typewriter before, but never a manual. There's a keyboard I want. It's very expensive. A remote keyboard, like for my laptop, that looks like a mint typewriter, and it makes me so happy. And it's one of those things you look at and dream of buying and have zero intention to actually do it. Pandas, I said, quick, fill up the chat with nonsense. Why start now? Leo said, I would also like to see Brock Lesnar suplex and F5 a Teletubby. Don't forget, never mind the Teletubbies. Do you remember the Tots? I'm a tot and you're a tot, and he's a tot and tiny. They lived in this house, it's like cottage in the woods, and they were all like supposed to be cute, but they were clearly made by like British adults. I don't know how else to explain that. I hope that means something. I'm a tot and you're a tot. They all sounded like, well, SM said, 60-second scene, you're in an elevator with 3 people. Someone keeps farting, the silent but deadly variety. You finally figure out who it is, and it's ex-friend. All right, let's go. 60-second scene. Nice to know your communication has not improved. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think everyone in here, namely that guy, knows what's going on here. You should be ashamed of yourself. Again. And scene. Oh, yeah, Nell said we have the Pink Ranger and Steve Martin on the list, too. Yeah, I forgot about them. Thanks. Sometimes the list is so long. Penny's going to say, which Pink Ranger? Or just the concept? No, Amy Jo Johnson. Or Johnston. I don't know if there's a T in there. She agreed to do the Cynical Crafter and then backed down at the last minute. And it caused me a great deal of grief. And the production people. Mysterious Spaceman said, Teletubbies are enormous, twice the size of the man in the outfit. That sounds like an old folktale. He was twice the size of the man. Even Brock would be dwarfed. Twice the man. A Teletubby is twice the man that you are. Tots TV. Thank you, Nails. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jack said, Tots sound like a personal fever dream you had. I think we should dedicate, maybe next week or something, a whole episode to just fever dream shows like that were in my head and then they turned out to be actually real, and then other ones I'm still looking for, like Stretchy McGillicuddy from last week being one of those, like, it came to me in a dream. Saying the Teletubbies people also made a show called Booba, and it's even more surreal. They just did random stuff. Chris said, I think the Tots were a Canadian-UK thing. Never seen it before. That makes sense. I mean, they were definitely British, and most British things somehow find their way into Canadian television. Aaron said, wow, Tots TV was a memory I had locked away. I'm a tot, you're a tot. It was just, that was in my head for so long, and I'm like, Tots? And I was like, oh, God, Tots TV. Jack said, SM is dying. Mummer said that scene was silent but amazing. Leo said, what a great 60-second scene request. Very creative. Nail said, I remember the Tots. I think the words were, I'm a tot, je suis un tot. Tilly, Tom, and Tiny, we're the tots and tots. TV, un, deux, trois. So they had English accents, but they were speaking French. These just genius bilingual tots. Nell said, sorry, I couldn't stop typing there. SM said, thanks, Leo. I came up with it on the fly. Aaron said, was Tots TV the one with Sac Magique? Rob said, you are correct, Aaron. They had a magic bag, and they would just intertwine. This was for a show for bilingual British children. British children who also spoke French. Val said, did you watch, I think it was Today's Special? Yes. Today's Special. One for everyone. About a mannequin with a hat that makes him come to life. That mannequin was played by Jeff Hislop, who also, and maybe this was, I don't know if it was in Toronto or Vancouver, also played the Phantom of the Opera in a run of the Phantom of the Opera. I bet you did not know that. Now you want to go look it up. Jeff Hislop, Hyslop. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, well, I guess I better close up the shop. Yes. Mysterious Spaceman said, did you have Craig David in Canada? No, we had David Craig. Sorry. Yolanda said, Val, is that real? I don't know how I feel about this. Also, was cute? I think he was cute, and he was an excellent dancer. And it was him and this woman who worked at the store and these puppets. One was Sam, the security guard. Oh, well, he was just an old man who talked to a computer, and the computer was kind of like Hal from 2001. And I believe Muffy was the mouse, this cute little mouse. Leo said, do you remember a children's sitcom called Spanner in the Works about a walrus who was a freak repairman? I do not, but I really regret the fact that I don't. Mama said, today's special, great memories. See, people are remembering today's special. Chris said, Craig David, the R&B singer? Val said, very few people remember, but I'm pretty sure it was Canadian. It was Canadian. I think it was on CBC. And I watched it on Nickelodeon, which, yes, they did play it on Nickelodeon for some reason. It was a very good, it was fun. And the gal had a fun jumpsuit on. Aaron said, I've got the Retro Kid Today special shirt, and it's one of my favorites. I have maybe just one or two of the Retro Kid Frightenstein shirts. And I wish he would pick better shows. Sometimes he picks stuff like the Smoggies or the Raccoons. I'm like, I don't give a shit. But he's fantastic. Yolanda said, ooh, I might have to check this out. He was very handsome. Nell said, we need everyone to tweet these links. Spot Center said, the new zoo review. Speaking of zoos, my favorite zoo-themed kid show was Zoobilee Zoo. Zoobilee Zoo. Magic and wonder are waiting for you. With the wonderful Ben Vereen as Mayor Ben, the lion. And it was very Isle of Dr. Moreau. People were animorphs. People were half human, half animal. Yet they lived with it. SM said, did anyone catch Ryan Emmett's live Friday evening? He was so afraid of removing the Band-Aid from his vaccine site. I'm still laughing about it. I did not see it, so I will not laugh about it. Aaron said, I've also got 2 Frightenstein shirts. Those are my favorites. Those has just a special place in my heart. Val said, Nickelodeon played a lot of Canadian shows in its early years because I'm old. I remember Nick, early years, they borrowed a lot. Like, You Can't Do That on Television was Canadian. YTV was a little ahead of the curve compared to Nickelodeon at the time, and then Nickelodeon figured it out. Neil said, I love the Raccoons. Retro Kid's going to check it out. Mayor Ben for life. Mummer loves Zoobilee Zoo. Nail said, plug the watch along again before we finish. That I will do. SM said, the Fanny Dooley segment. Mayor Ben was a leopard. He was? I'm going to have to watch full episodes of Zoobilee Zoo now. Yolanda said, yes, I watched Zoobilee Zoo. They were all theater actors and actresses, so they could all sing and dance incredibly well. Jack said there was this old kid show about 3 robots. One was a hippo Roomba type robot, and the other 2 were humanoid. But one was new and shiny, and the other was old and rusty. Can't remember the narrative. The name. What am I can't think of it either. The only robot I remember is from Groundling Marsh, but now we're running out of time. I can't bring up Groundling Marsh at a time like this. Aaron said the lion was Van Gogh lion. That would make sense. If he was a lion, 'cause there's only one of each. This is like a hellacious version of Noah's Ark. David said, I missed the great space coaster. Gary New was the best news anchor ever. Mama said, great show again. Thank you. Oompa Loompa, Zoobly Zoo. Tonight, 7 p.m., WWE YouTube. I will post the link shortly. Once they put up the graphic with my face on it, I will be on the hashtag WWE Watch Along during hashtag WWE Fastlane tweet. There will be a wall. There will be pictures of cats that you guys will post. It'll be great. Let's do a final shot of the orange and forest green. There we go. That's better. Godspeed and God bless.